Welcome to today's Bryan Silly Stories. The Context Machine, episode 648. I'm Bryan Jeffin.
And I'm Jeff Gamet. I'm the guy that's totally flying by the seat of his pants. Also, yeah. Hey, we have a website, contextmachine.io.
Yes, we do. You can use contextmachine.io to reach out to me and ask me about my ridiculous life. Or you can find us on Mastodon at Context Machine. You can write to us at... I'm going to tell you at the end of the show about that email address.
Oh, very clever. Very clever. Keep people listening to the end. Yeah. Hey, Bryan.
Yeah.
We have a sponsor today.
Excellent. That's good news.
Our sponsor is Hims.
Fantastic. That's great.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you more about them later in the show. Okay. Is that it? We done?
I don't know because I don't have our intro script.
I sent it to Jeff Butts.
And he's sitting there right now looking at his messages going, what the hell? Or freaking out thinking he committed to be on a show and didn't put it on his calendar.
Yes, that is possible too.
So if Jeff reaches out to either of us while recording, we have to just string him along. It's only right.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, anyway, I'm glad that Jeff got our show guidelines. I'm just really.
Hey, at least there's a Jeff out there that knows what we're supposed to say at the beginning of the show.
That's true. That's true. All right. So let's talk about QP3.
Yeah, let's do that. That's the new droid in Star Wars.
Yeah, and he is supposedly he's a square, and he goes flap 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 flap. Because
he's trying to roll
because he's a square,
and every time he stops, he goes bleep blop bloop.
Yes,
which if you translate that back into English would get completely edited out.
The irony thing is that he's CP3, but he has 6 sides.
Huh.
All right. I think we can probably abandon this bit now.
Well, you say that now. But
so QP3.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the deal for those of you that actually stuck with us through that absolutely ridiculous riff.
Yeah.
Okay. So Apple is adding a new security protocol for encryption to iMessage, and this will roll out when we get the iOS 17.4 updates, and we'll get a corresponding Mac OS update. So this will be at early March because that's when we know iOS 17.4 is rolling out, because that's also when the EU App Store stuff goes into effect. Anyhow, the point is, Apple is saying that this is a state-of-the-art encryption protocol for end-to-end still for messages that blocks the ability of quantum computers hacking through the encryption and decrypting your messages.
That is interesting. Because quantum computing is not at the state where, well, I don't know. I guess foreign governments
at the state level, like big governments.
Yeah, but I don't actually think that quantum computing is actually at the state to do this. So Apple's being very forward thinking. In addition to quantum computing itself not being at the state where it could try to tackle encryption. In addition to that, the state of even making computers, buying computers, is certainly not at the state. Again, with the exception of the state level, Russia and China could certainly, put quantum computers on to trying to break Apple's end-to-end encryption if they can do it. I don't think they can do it yet. Let alone who can afford it. That's what I'm doing a very bad job of saying.
Yeah, for someone or a government to want to crack through this and decrypt messages, this would be very specific. Like there is a person who has state secrets or something that is so valuable to that government.
I disagree. I am sure that any number of nation state, and not to mention a myriad of malicious actors, would love to break iMessage encryption.
Oh yes, that's absolutely true. I'm just saying, if you're trying to get through this quantum security, you have a very specific use case today, because we don't, as far as we know, have computers that are actually capable of trying to do this, and the resources, the money that would have to go into it. I mean, holy crap! This isn't something that you're going to try and do unless you have a very specific situation you have a goal.
I disagree. I don't even understand. I feel like I'm missing something because I don't even understand.
Why you are. Because what I'm saying is that today, the only people that would have the technology potentially to do this
all have a reason for wanting to get into iMessage. I accept your apology.
And sure they do. Yes. What I'm saying is, if they were to try and do it to get through quantum encryption, it's because they have a very specific need to get through it for that person or that group because of the resources involved. Overall, yes, of course, they want to be able to bypass encryption, not just in iMessage, but everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyhow.
So again, I accept your apology.
That's okay, because I accept yours too.
Okay. So anyway, whether or not the hardware is even up to the challenge, and whether or not that challenge is affordable by anyone, it is. If it's capable, Apple is, I think, being delightfully forward thinking here.
I agree. And they're doing a thing that makes it even more difficult for anyone to hack through this. I mean, as if creating an encryption that quantum computers that we have today, and potentially for a long time, wouldn't be able to break through this. It's also rotating the keys. So not only do you have to try and figure out the encryption and break it, you have a very finite window in which to do it. So it makes it super hard for anyone to get through this.
Okay. That said, the thing is that quantum computing will probably increase in capabilities, exponentially, maybe logarithmically.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think that Apple's calling it PQ3. I don't know if that is their term or if that is an industry term, but whatever. I don't think PQ3 is the last word.
No, it's just the next step.
Yeah, it is. It is the next step, and probably okay. At the point where quantum computing could break current encryption, it's probably within 5 years after that it would be able to break PQ3. Maybe 10 years after that.
Yeah, maybe.
And
at that point, we'll have something else.
Exactly. So I don't know. This is exciting. I like Apple's continuing commitment to end-to-end
encryption.
To end. It's that was my problem. Anyway, Apple's continuing commitment to end-to-end encryption is refreshing, and I'm delighted.
And I'm with you, and I love that that it doesn't matter which government comes to Apple and says, "Hey, we're going to need you to decrypt these messages for us because we're important." And Apple has yet another reason why, when they say no, I mean, no, they can't.
Yeah, and Apple's also getting way out in front of legislation mandating government backdoors. I haven't seen any kind of even a whiff of legislation in the EU or the US, mandating something relating to quantum computing to try to nip quantum computing related encryption in the bud.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good that Apple's already going to have it out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There will be certain limitations right now, or at least when Mac OS 14 whatever rolls out and iOS 17.4 roll out. To be able to take advantage of this, everyone involved in the conversation has to be updated to the new versions of the operating systems.
Right, of course.
Otherwise, you don't get the PQ3 support. Also, Vision Pro is not going to support this at launch for the feature. So it'll be coming, but it's So if you're wanting to have your quantum encrypted messages thing happening, don't do messages on Vision Pro.
That is fair. Right. They're also, you sort of touched upon this, but I wanted to specify this is from the Mac Rumors coverage of this. We'll have a link to that in the show notes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So quoting, PQ3 is designed to protect users against harvest now, decrypt later attacks in which malicious actors collect large amounts of encrypted data now and store it in hopes that they will eventually be able to decrypt it. Actually, I stopped quoting apparently. That they will be able to decrypt it with a quantum computer in the future. So, and that is super important because everything that is currently encrypted would be subject to that. Those kinds of attacks. If not soon, eventually. So it is lovely that Apple's thinking about that too.
I agree. I'm glad that.
As a matter of fact, there's going to be massive data troves that will be retroactively hacked, decrypted at some point.
Of course.
Including by governments and criminal gangs and, various activists, organizations. It's interesting.
So there you go.
Yep. There you go. All right. But aren't there some AI hooks in 17.4 too? Like Apple is supposedly getting ready to sort of unveil more of their approach to AI. I think starting in 17.4. I didn't actually, bother to look this up.
Okay, so 17.4, it's going to have new. Okay, and everyone, just to be clear, I am trying to pull this out of memory because I don't actually have any info in front of me right now. All right, so yes, there will be new AI powered stuff in 17.4, part of which is directly linked into Siri, and so it it will be able to like do the summarize thing that you see different chatbots doing right now.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I came up with the new term for generative AI.
Oh, do tell.
Regurgibots.
I laugh because otherwise I'd have to cry, because that is totally spot on.
Yep. Just go ahead.
Yeah. So, yes, there's that. Well, and Apple, they had already announced that there's going to be more AI based support features moving forward with the operating systems, and iOS 17 is a big part of that. Also, iPhone 15 is a big part of that. So anyhow, but the summarize thing, it'll be like, hey, S lady, can you please summarize this article, or stuff like that. But
Regal announced Spark AI. So basically you can have AIs write your damn emails. Soon. Yay.
That's not new. I mean, for their thing is new, but yeah.
So here is my problem with AI, by the way, with generative AI. It's that large language models have been trained on content made by people, including professional, say, writers. And those people were not consulted, asked for permission, or compensated. And I have a tremendous problem with that. Same thing with art. And I know that I have talked about the AI, the Apes NFT project that uses AI art to do its NFTs, and I love that. But my point is that the art stuff that rips off artists is also a problem.
Yes, it is. Now, I have seen stuff saying that Apple, for their LLM that they're working on, they have been. Oh my God! I'm about to talk about LLM the way people talk about animals raised for food or produce, so ethically sourced.
Yes. Okay. The problem. Okay. So Reddit just signed over their stuff to, I think to OpenAI, because they're owned by the Y Combinator, or their Y Combinator was involved with both of them, right?
Yeah. What's his name? The Sam Altman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Y Combinator guy.
Yeah. So Reddit has signed over this stuff, but the people who wrote on Reddit didn't know that they were gonna have their. But can you imagine content produced in the style of Reddit?
Well, based on what I'm seeing for a lot of articles online right now, sadly, I can.
That's fair. That is fair. But anyway, the point is that while OpenAI will be able to call that ethically sourced, but it's not, because the people who actually wrote all those posts did not know that they were contributing those posts to an LLM.
Right.
But Reddit has the retroactive authority to assign those rights. So, I mean, yeah, that's ethically sourced, but that's freaking nonsense. And so my question is, how much of Apple's ethically sourced material was produced in the same way? I don't know. Yeah. And the same thing with Adobe. Adobe has made a point of talking about ethically sourcing. I don't know if they use those words, but their training materials for Firefly, their AI product.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is that I don't know that that the art collections that were used for that, if the people who created those things knew that. I mean, it's like when you upload your photographs to a photo sharing site, you're essentially giving them these, eventual retroactive power to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, that is technically ethically sourced, but it's not, in my opinion. So someone got money for that, but it's not the people who did it. It's not the people who made the art. It's not the people who wrote the books. It's not the people who wrote the movies. It's not the people who made the videos. Someone's getting money for these for this IP, but it's not the right people, and the right people don't have any say so in the matter. I have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. I have a big problem with that also. Yeah. And there was a tool that was available online for a little while that would let you check and see if like your own blog or whatever website you want to check had actually been scraped and used by OpenAI for their training. And so I put in my own blogs. Sure enough, they all showed up in the list. Then I thought, well, let's put in Mac Observer, because you and I both used to work there. You used to own it. And sure enough, everything there has been scraped and used by OpenAI.
Yeah.
And that just sucked. I mean, just because content is online doesn't mean that it's free use for anything.
Well, and OpenAI has specifically said, well, we have to do this. We have to rip off people because we can't do what we do unless we rip off people. They haven't.
Then you have a flawed business model.
They haven't used those exact words, but that is that when you drill down to it, that's what they're saying. I've got a problem with that.
I do too. And like I said, if that's your business model, if that's what you have to do to make your product work, then you have a flawed business model and a flawed product.
Right. And that of course is not even, that is not drilling down to the fact that what's going to happen when all of these writers, when all journalists have been put out of business, or, effectively all journalists have been put out of business, when books can be auto-generated, so cheaply that people like me can't afford to write new books unless it's a completely and totally a labor of love. And, we're just happy to write a book and, feed that into the machine too. The end run here is, I feel like it's a bankrupt concept, the way it's being pursued.
Yeah. It's certainly a corrupt business model.
Yeah.
And corrupt doesn't necessarily have to mean bad guys twiddling the ends of their mustache.
No, it's mostly tech bros who feel like they have the right to go in and the rules don't apply to them. That's it's Uber all over again.
Yeah,
it's Uber writ large. It's a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a lot, infuriating.
Yeah, and it's also very frustrating because there are like newsletters that I subscribe to, and like once a week, once a month, whatever, I get these different newsletters in my email, and I've noticed the trend lately where more and more of them are obviously being auto-generated through services that can create a newsletter for you.
Yeah.
And there's so many tells in AI generated content versus just straight up human generated content.
Yeah.
So I've been unsubscribing to newsletters because if the newsletter can't give me the information that I want without just having to auto generate with just crappy text, what that's telling me is that the people creating that newsletter probably don't care enough anymore to actually put the work in to make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. There is not a way currently of using any LLM that I know of that has been truly ethically sourced.
I encounter these on a regular basis, the ones that are truly ethically sourced, but they are being created. They're bespoke. So
right. So like a company has got, all of its internal documents.
Yes. The healthcare space, there's a lot of stuff being done there where that's ethically sourced because they're generating the whole model based on their own content.
That's true, but were the LLMs originally trained the same way? You see my point?
Yes. And in this case,
the underlying technology.
So the underlying technology isn't trained until you give it your content.
But they had to make the software trainable.
They have yes.
Right? They had to be able to figure out how to show the software to, weigh this and that. And
okay, so this isn't a new coding thing. This is something that developers have been doing for decades already. Now, but I think I get where you're going with this. Did they create a model that can then take content to learn from? That model that they created, was it done in an ethical way, or is it built on the spoils of previously created systems that were not done ethically?
So, if, for instance, OpenAI has slurped all of the content, and they have figured out how to make a LLM be able to regurgitate crap and make it sound like someone or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then turns around and sells a product to Bryan's healthcare services to be able to slurp up all of my support documents and communication with my millions of clients. And the engine that they're selling to me is based on the engine that was originally developed by slurping up all the things. It's still morally compromised.
I agree. That would be morally compromised.
I accept your apology.
So, as I continue to roll on, as if you did not even say anything, what I have seen in the enterprise space, where it's these very specific markets, the scientific research, medical research, these types of things, the companies that are creating the platforms that are being used for the AI data management, AI research, those have been created completely independent of anything OpenAI has done.
Oh, but do you know what they have done? So fine, they're not using OpenAI's LLM technology. But
I do not know.
Okay.
But at least I know it's not OpenAI.
Well, that's yay. That's all right.
Sometimes it's a little victories, Brian.
We're certainly not going to solve this today. But I did think it was important to mention. But let's talk about hymns.
I think we should talk about HIMSS. All right. So, Bryan, here's the deal. Guys, we have different types of health things that we want to stay on top of. And sometimes you don't have the time to get to the doctor and get everything scheduled so that you can figure out, hey, do I need something because I don't like what's happening with my hair, or maybe I'm having ED issues, and or maybe even you're just not comfortable going into the doctor for that. It's okay. That's why HIMSS is here, so that you can have all of those health related things, like you're dealing with hair loss and ED, where you can do that like online. And you don't have to take the time to get scheduled to go into your doctor and then go and sit and wait in the waiting room and deal with everything that goes along with that whole process, and then have to go to the pharmacy and just, you don't have to do that. And so what's happening is HIMSS, they're actually changing men's healthcare by providing us with a simple and convenient way to get those treatments that we may need, hair loss, weight loss, ED, and more. And they're just making it easy for us to do. And they have the doctors right there, so you can do it all online. And then if you need a prescription, they can get that taken care of. It gets shipped to you, not in some flashy box or anything. It's just nice brown wrapper. And so you just discreetly get the treatments that you need. And you don't have to pay extra to get it shipped either. It's just, that's part of the deal. So here's what you need to do. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/context. That's HIMS.com/context for your personalized treatment options. hims.com/context. And prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if the treatment's appropriate. Restrictions apply. So see hims.com/context for details and important safety information. A subscription is required, and prices vary based on product and subscription plans. And seriously, take care of yourself, people. And this is an easy way to do it. Thank you, HIMSS.
Yeah, thank you, HIMSS. We appreciate you sponsoring the show. And yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about something that I've been noticing, which is that Apple Vision Pro seems to have quickly crossed over from the "it'll never work" phase of punditry. The it's too expensive phase of the punditry. Oh, everything else is cheaper phase of the punditry. And, all the other usual naysays that we get when Apple releases a new product. Mm-hmm. And then it's, I don't know, usually within the year, Apple, it sort of becomes the space leader in that space. Mm-hmm. And it seems like it's already happened with Apple Vision Pro.
It's certainly happening a lot faster than we've seen with previous new platform launches from Apple.
Yeah, not that anyone is saying that Apple Vision Pro. So Apple Vision Pro is more expensive than competing products than iPhone was.
Yeah. Okay. And see, here's part of the problem that
Apple
people are
Watch
having.
was. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Here's part of the problem people are having to overcome right now, which is trying to wrap their head around Vision Pro versus competing products. What competing products actually are there in the consumer space?
Well, yeah. Actually, for the standpoint of augmented reality, there are none.
Yeah, Vision Pro is designed to be a standalone computer. It just straps to your face.
Right. But most people are going to be comparing it to the VR goggles from Oculus and Quest. Is Quest a separate brand? Or is Quest
Oculus Rift and Metabot? That's... Oh, crap. Is that Meta's brand now?
Whatever.
Whatever.
The VR goggles. Like, most people are going to compare it to the VR goggles because they're, goggles that you put on your face.
Sure. Just like when the iPhone came out, people compared it to the BlackBerry.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. And so from that standpoint, Apple's product is even more expensive than existing products than iPhone was more expensive from BlackBerry, or that Apple Watch was from, well, maybe not Apple Watch from Fitbit. I mean, that's not even an apt comparison. But anyway, but the point is, the AVP
actually
is expensive.
That's a great comparison. The Meta Quest. That's one Microsoft or Facebook has. Comparing that to Vision Pro is like comparing a Fitbit to an Apple Watch.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so my point, I feel like I'm swimming in syrup a little bit. Because I started off this conversation saying that that people had gone from saying it was too expensive. It's like, but and it's not that people are arguing that it's not expensive, but I don't actually see people talking about its expense that much unless it's a casual mention. And that is a tremendous victory for Apple.
I agree. And I think part of what's happening is that more people are starting to wrap their head around the idea that Vision Pro isn't just another MetaQuest or Oculus Rift. It's a different thing that can do some of the, or maybe all the things those others can, but it's a different thing.
Yeah, I actually see more mainstream mentions talking about spatial computing as if it's a thing.
That's a huge win for Apple right there.
Yeah, it really, really is. And it's been it's been very interesting to see. And it's also, it's like how many times, and I there's no answer to this. This is a trick question. How many times does Apple need to do something before the naysayers will realize that they're wrong? And
all the times.
All the times, yes. There's always going to be someone piling on to the anti-Apple bandwagon.
Yeah, and that's not going to change.
Yeah, that's not going to change. So anyway, AVP is quickly becoming the. Well, you know what? I'm gonna sort of double down on what I'm saying. AVP is becoming the space leader in wearable goggles. Yes, it is spatial computing. Yes, it is different, much different from all of the VR goggles. But I feel like that it is being compared favorably to VR goggles from the standpoint of, yes, it does more, it does all these other things. You should get these.
Okay. Yep. I can see that. And I am so glad that I did have the opportunity to do one of Apple's in-store demos, because after all the VR and AR headsets that I have tried at CES for all the years that we went, this is the first time that I put one on where it didn't hurt, where I could actually see, where I could perform functions on it, and I didn't feel like I was fighting the device. And I wore the thing for almost an hour. I think the longest I've worn a face-mounted device prior to trying on the Vision Pro was maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I just simply couldn't keep it on any longer.
I also find them comfortable.
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. And I've also had some people over, various people at various times over to demo them. And I'm thinking of one person in particular who is very not, it's not that she's not tech savvy. It's that she doesn't care about tech. Certainly not in the same way that you and I do. And she took right to these things. That's I mean, and like, okay, put it on and follow the prompts.
Yeah, that's a big thing right there. Every other device that I've strapped to my face, there has been someone there with me that had to explain how to use the device. And since so many of them involved holding like little, like almost like Wii remote little controllers in your hands,
little clickers.
Yeah, they would have to tell me, no, index finger, other hand, or whatever.
Right, that's glorious.
And with the Vision Pro, the only command or instruction that they had to give me, and it wasn't even something where it's like, no, do it this way or it doesn't work. It was just when they let me know, okay, you know how you have the tendency to like reach up to try and tap everything in the air? You don't need to do that because the goggles are watching your hands even when they're in your lap. And that was it. And after that, I just kept my hands down on the desk and just tapped my fingers together and did very subtle little gestures, and the whole thing worked. It was amazing.
Right. It is amazing. By the way, have I talked about the Highline experience? I don't think I have. So the Highline experience, there's and I forget her name and I apologize. She's a professional highliner, person who strings up a cable between a high point and another high point and then walks across.
Oh, that's part of the demo that you get in the Apple Store.
That makes sense. Did you do it then? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole
watched
thing?
it.
That one's about 10
I'm sure it's
minutes
just
long.
No, it's just they take several of those things that you can experience, and they give you pieces of them back to back. Gotcha. And so for that, yes, it was like maybe a minute.
Okay, right. So
maybe longer. I don't know.
The full thing is about 10 minutes long. And the thing I loved most about it is I don't know what part is included in this minute long subset, right? But they get the camera really close to the highliner, and you hear her clothes rustling. You hear the clips jingling, and it's just right the crap there.
It's right there, and when you look down, you're looking down through this chasm that you are now apparently standing above as well.
Right. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the intimate nature of having this woman be right in front of you. It is so freaking intimate.
It felt like I could reach out and grab her hand. Intimate. That's a really great way to put it.
Yeah. And it's cool. I didn't, so there's an Alicia Keys one. I didn't really like that one all that much. Mainly probably because I wasn't all that interested in the music. I mean, it was an interesting.
Oh, yep. There's some of the clips from the Alicia Keys thing.
It is certainly interesting what she did, and the technology involved was interesting. I just got bored with it. But the Highline one was super fascinating. So what did you end up singing in the Baby Rhinos?
The baby rhinos. There was a couple other things too, and I just don't remember what they were.
But I'm sure you did the Encounter Dinosaur one too.
Encounter Dinosaur is not part of the demo.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That is so much fun.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's because of a licensing thing. You can have it on Vision Pro, but you can't use it as part of the in-store demo.
Well, it's also
is my guess.
It's a 5. I call it an app short. That's another term I coined. So you're welcome, everybody, for my gift to you.
I should write these down.
It's an app short. Anyway, it's a 5. It's like, I haven't timed it, but I feel like it's 5 minutes. And I also feel like it wouldn't work as well to have a subset of that. I feel like you probably need the whole thing. So that could be also part of why they don't do it. But, it's either that or it is a licensing thing. They didn't want to pay Jon Favreau any more than they've already paid him. Who knows?
Yeah. Yep. Could be.
But it's super cool. It's super cool. If you know anyone with a set of AVPs, which, by the way, have we worked out yet? Is it AVPs? Is it Apple Vision Pros? Because, like glasses? Or is it I have my AVP, I have my Apple Vision Pro? I don't know. What's
it's your AVP. And okay, so here's what I'm decreeing now. There's currently one device in the product line. So we can talk about the Apple Vision Pros. When there are multiple products in the lineup, we will have the Apple Visions. And so you can have Apple Visions Pro and Apple Visions Lite, or whatever they call it.
I am prone to going completely contrary.
I accept your apology.
For no reason other than to go contrary. Because I feel...
This totally checks out. I
feel like it should be Apple Vision... it should be Apple Vision Pros. Or Apple Visions. I don't like Apple Visions. I don't really like Apple Vision Pros either, because that's nonsense.
I have the document or the email that Apple sent out to developers ahead of the launch, and it talks about how you can refer to the device.
Really?
I bet it talks about plural in there as well.
Huh? If only we'd looked it up.
If only
beforehand. Well,
yeah, you can't call it a headset.
You can't call it a headset, they said.
Nope.
Wow.
Yep, you have to refer to it as Apple Vision Pro.
Apple Vision Pro. Okay, well, that's probably going to win out over my contrariness.
Yeah, that's okay. You have to be contrary. If you're not, then I'm worried about who you are and what you've done with the real Bryan.
That's fair. That's fair. Listen, on that happy note, let's do this. That's this week's Apple. No. That's this week's Context Machine. If you have anything to comment on that or question, you can write to us at contextmachinepodcast@gmail.com. Our bandwidth is provided by CacheFly. The bass is by Dr. Boom, recorded just for the show. And that's all for this week, Jeff.
Yeah. Where can people find you specifically?
They can find me looking up information at HIMS, our sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be doing that.
You mean hims.com/context?
Yes. That's precisely what I mean. And they can find me looking for that stuff at my site, geektales.com, and on all the socials is GeekTales.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, when I'm not checking out what I might need at hims.com/context, I'm Jay Gammett on the socials. So yeah, we're easy to find, Bryan.
Yes, we are.